The zenith of Rome, Pax Romana, the Roman Empire, a name synonymous with power, grandeur, and unmatched influence. It was a civilization that left an indelible mark on history, shaping the world in ways that are still evident today. At its zenith, during the Pax Romana, Rome stood as a beacon of civilization, its reach extending across vast swathes of Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. This era, known as the Roman Peace, was a time of relative tranquility and stability. This period, spanning 2 centuries, witnessed unprecedented peace and prosperity within the empire's borders. The daily lives of Roman citizens were marked by economic stability and cultural flourishing. Roman law, engineering, and culture flourished, leaving an indelible mark on the ancient world. The legal systems and architectural innovations developed during this time have influenced countless generations. Monumental structures like the Colosseum and Pantheon, still standing today, serve as testaments to Roman architectural genius. These buildings were not just feats of engineering, but also symbols of the empire's might and sophistication. Roads, aqueducts, and a sophisticated network of trade routes connected the empire, facilitating the flow of goods, ideas, and people. This infrastructure was crucial in maintaining the cohesion and efficiency of such a vast territory. This was Rome at its peak, a civilization that seemed destined to rule for millennia. The grandeur of its public ceremonies and the splendor of its architecture were unmatched. The Roman legions, renowned for their discipline and efficiency, enforced peace and order throughout the realm. Their presence was a constant reminder of Rome's military prowess. They repelled external threats, ensuring the safety and prosperity of Roman citizens. The legions were the backbone of the empire, providing security and stability. The Roman Empire during the Pax Romana represented the pinnacle of ancient civilization, a testament to human ingenuity and organization. It was a period where advancements in various fields were celebrated, and public events showcased the empire's achievements. Yet even the mightiest of empires are not immune to the forces of history. The grandeur of Rome would eventually give way to the inevitable cycles of rise and fall that all great civilizations experience. The seeds of decline, often imperceptible at first, were already being sown. Political intrigue, economic troubles, and other internal issues began to surface, signaling the beginning of the end for the once invincible empire. Cracks in the foundation, economic decline, and political instability. The seeds of Rome's decline were sown during its period of greatest prosperity. The bustling marketplaces and the pristine coins were mere facades, hiding the underlying economic troubles that were beginning to take root. Economic troubles, often masked by the outward appearance of affluence, began to plague the empire. The once thriving markets started showing signs of decay, and the coins, symbols of Rome's wealth, began to lose their luster. The constant need to maintain a vast army drained the imperial treasury. The financial strain of supporting such a large military force became increasingly unsustainable. Military campaigns, though often successful, were costly endeavors. Each victory came with a hefty price tag, further depleting the empire's resources. The influx of wealth from conquered territories, once a significant source of revenue, began to dwindle as the empire reached its geographical limits. The spoils of war, which had once filled the coffers, became scarce. The Roman economy, heavily reliant on slave labor, faced new challenges as the supply of slaves diminished with the decline in military expansion. The labor force that had driven the economy was no longer sufficient. Political instability further aggravated Rome's woes. The once orderly Senate became a battleground for power struggles, and the political landscape grew increasingly volatile. The office of Emperor, once a symbol of power and stability, became a revolving door of ambitious generals and corrupt politicians. The frequent changes in leadership led to a lack of continuity and direction. Assassinations, conspiracies, and civil wars became increasingly common, eroding the authority of the central government and undermining the unity of the empire. The internal conflicts weakened Rome's ability to defend itself against external threats. Corruption, once kept in check, became rampant, seeping into all levels of Roman society. Officials who were supposed to serve the public interest became more interested in lining their own pockets. The once efficient bureaucracy, responsible for administering the vast empire, became bogged down in inefficiency and self-serving interests. The administrative machinery that had once been the backbone of the empire was now a source of frustration and delay. The very institutions that had underpinned Rome's success were now contributing to its downfall. The decay of these institutions mirrored the physical decay of Rome's once magnificent structures, symbolizing the empire's inexorable decline. A divided empire, temporary respite, inevitable fall. Facing mounting internal pressures and external threats, the Roman Empire was formally divided in 385 AD. Emperor Diocletian, recognizing the immense challenge of governing such a vast territory, split the empire into two halves, the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire. This division, intended to improve administrative efficiency and strengthen defenses, provided a temporary respite. However, it also exacerbated existing tensions and exposed the growing rift between the two halves. The Western Roman Empire, with Rome as its capital, faced the brunt of the barbarian invasions. Its economy, weaker than its eastern counterpart, struggled to support the costs of defense. The Eastern Roman Empire, centered in Constantinople, proved more resilient. Its strategic location and economic strength enabled it to withstand the barbarian tide and survive for centuries to come. The division of the empire, while intended as a solution, ultimately hastened the fall of the Western Roman Empire. It exposed the fragility of a once unified power, now grappling with internal divisions and external threats. Section 4. The Rise of Christianity, Reshaping Roman Identity. As the Roman Empire grappled with its internal struggles, a new force was emerging within its borders: Christianity. This new religion, which began as a small persecuted sect, would eventually grow to reshape the very fabric of Roman society. Originally a persecuted sect, Christianity spread rapidly, offering solace and hope in a time of uncertainty. The early Christians, despite facing severe persecution, remained steadfast in their faith, gathering in secret to worship and support one another. Its message of love, compassion, and the promise of salvation resonated with the masses, cutting across social and economic divides. The teachings of Jesus Christ, emphasizing forgiveness and eternal life, appealed to the downtrodden and the oppressed, providing a sense of purpose and community. The Roman authorities, initially threatened by Christianity's growing influence, eventually recognized its potential to provide a unifying force within the empire. The persistence and growth of the Christian community could no longer be ignored, and some leaders began to see the benefits of embracing this new faith. In 313 AD, Emperor Constantine issued the Edict of Milan, granting Christianity legal status within the Roman Empire. This was a turning point, as it marked the beginning of the end for the widespread persecution of Christians and allowed the faith to flourish openly. This momentous decision had far-reaching consequences. The legalization of Christianity paved the way for its integration into Roman society, influencing various aspects of daily life from politics to culture. Christianity, once a persecuted faith, became the official religion of the Roman Empire under Emperor Theodosius I in 380 AD. This official endorsement further solidified the religion's place in Roman society and accelerated the decline of traditional Roman religious practices. The traditional Roman polytheistic beliefs were gradually replaced by Christianity, leading to significant cultural and societal shifts. The old gods and their temples were abandoned, and new Christian churches were built in their place. Temples were converted into churches, pagan holidays were replaced with Christian ones, and Roman law began to reflect Christian values. The influence of Christianity permeated every aspect of Roman life, from the legal system to social customs and traditions. The rise of Christianity, while contributing to the decline of traditional Roman religion and culture, also provided a new unifying force within the increasingly fragmented empire. This new faith helped to bind the people together, offering a common identity and purpose during a time of great change and uncertainty. Section 5. The barbarian tide pressure from beyond the borders. As internal strife weakened the Roman Empire from within, external pressures mounted. Waves of barbarian tribes, driven by various factors such as climate change, pressure from other nomadic groups, and the allure of Roman wealth, began to exert increasing pressure on the empire's borders. The Goths, Vandals, Huns, and other Germanic tribes, long settled on the fringes of Roman territory, saw an opportunity in the weakening empire. The Roman legions, once an impenetrable barrier, found themselves increasingly stretched thin, struggling to contain the relentless barbarian advance. The barbarians, often depicted as uncivilized hordes, possessed formidable military skills and a fierce determination to carve out their own place within the crumbling Roman world. Some tribes sought only land and resources, while others aimed to establish their own kingdoms within the former Roman territories. The constant pressure on the frontiers, coupled with internal instability, pushed the Roman Empire closer to the brink of collapse.